Hey guys, it's Mr. Lyle here, and this is Friday's video. And what I want to do is use my camera here to do a demonstration for you, and want to go full screen with that. So I'm going to get rid of my little camera here, and I think I can close that out. There we go. So basically, this demonstration is going to be for 6th and for 7th. I'm going to start off with 6th grade's 1-point perspective, and I'm going to draw upside down. For me, so it's right side up for you, hopefully. Now, basically, you start with a horizon line, and this is kind of what we're building. No, wrong one. This is kind of what we're building. Maybe a little vanishing road, a building with a door, what a form would look like if it's above eye level, something like that, just real quick, okay? So you start with your horizon and a vanishing point, and then to draw your building, you'd simply draw the rectangle shape that it makes, like so. And I'm making this building look tall, crossing the horizon line. Now, one key to making this building look really tall and really big will come later. Okay. Now, once you've got your rectangle, notice I'm using my ruler to draw these. You got those two corners to deal with. And basically what you do is you anchor your pencil, ruler against it, and then you turn it against your pencil until it meets the corner. Then you can draw back from there and draw the vanishing line toward it on the ground and the one in the sky. So I'm going to anchor my pencil again, turn the ruler to the corner, and draw like so. Now, once I've got that, what you want to do to capture the back corner of the building, the opposite corner to this one, is you simply put your ruler as a guide against the line that's already there, and without turning it oblique to the top or bottom, you simply scoot the ruler. You slide it across, and then you make another vertical line. And now you have two new corners that match, top and bottom. At this point, if you were to want, you could, take your eraser to that line and get rid of that. The other form here, it's going to be above eye level. Remember, from here, something you should note too, from here, okay, to here, all of this is sky. And yet from here down, from here, all of this right here is the ground. There is no blank empty space between. Sky and ground always meet on the horizon. So let's do another form up here. Always starting with a flat shape in 1-point perspective. You start with a rectangle, you start with a circle, the triangle, whatever it is that your form is going to take. It always is taken from a shape. Now, instead of two corners, you've got three. 1, 2, 3 you're going to deal with. This one you cannot see because the building is opaque. Can't see through it. Again, you anchor your pencil, ruler against it, turn the ruler until it meets the corner of your building. Now you've got it lined up. Now you make your line. Same thing here. Anchor, ruler against, turn until they meet, point to point, draw another line. And then your final one is the same way. Now, the most common mistake is how people do these. Typically, the biggest mistake that I see is this kind of thing, which doesn't really work, okay? These should be parallel with these. So if you picture this is kind of like a backwards L, then you would do the same backward L down here. It's just going to be shorter. So let's start with this one right here, the one that's going vertical. I'm going to put my ruler against that and simply, like we did before, scoot the ruler over and draw from top line to middle line. And now that I've got this corner right here available to me, I'm going to use that for my starting point for the bottom line. Now this line is horizontal, named after the horizon because they are parallel. I'm going to scoot my ruler down to that new point that I just created and draw a horizontal line straight over. And if I shade this in, you can see that area is the bottom, and this area is the side, and then the front. Okay? Now to draw a door or a window, this is no problem because it just makes a rectangle. But what if the door is going off on the side or a window is off on the side? How do you do that? Well, The bottom of the door is already there because it matches the bottom of the building, unless you're going to put it on stairs, in which case you would make it a little bit higher. We're just going to go with the floor and the ground being the same. So what I want to do now is make the top of my doorway, and I do that by putting the ruler on the vanishing point, ruler against, and then I turn the ruler down until I decide how tall I want the door to be, and I give myself a guideline. So there's my guide right there. From that point on, all I simply do is make my ruler vertical, and I keep my line vertical for the right side and the left side of the doorway. And now I have drawn the shape of my door properly. And that's pretty much it. At this point, you could imagine, okay, if that's a door going out to a sidewalk, then I'd want to draw a sidewalk. And since sidewalks in the city go up to the building, I've got one. And then now, using my vanishing point, two sides to my sidewalk, and I do a little line for a shoulder, like so. Shoulder lines go up and down, vertical, and then break lines go horizontally. There's no variation in that. Again, up and down, then horizontal, like so. And as they go back, you see they get a little closer and closer together. The other side of the road, I'm going to make go way off, like so. And then the paint is in the center. I like to have a guideline to do this, but you start off with small lines that get larger and larger as they go. And you start to look like you have a vanishing cityscape. Okay. 2-point perspective is very similar. This is for 7th grade. You start the same way, except you put a vanishing point here and here. So we got point A is what we'll call that one for our demo, and point B. To draw a building in this sort of technique, you don't start with a shape, you start with a line. And then you have the top and the bottom of the line. You simply go toward the vanishing point like you did with your square, but you end up with something that's kind of going to look like a kite to begin with if you do it properly. Oops. I'm going to do that again because I can. Okay. Now that I've got the bottom and the top, I've got the left side and the right side. Now I use the same trick. I put my ruler against the vertical line I started with, and I simply scoot it over vertically, and I cut off the edges of my building. Same thing over here. Center, scoot, don't turn right or left, don't make it oblique. And now I've got my form, right and left side. To draw a doorway, let's make this one a little bit bigger, and I want to do it on the B side. I'm going to make this a shed-like thing, so the door is going to be pretty big on this structure. And then vertical line. And now let's have a little fun. Let's do a threshold and a door frame. So I've got this corner to work with. I'm going to use vanishing point A, and I'm going to put it against the circle I just made. And I'm going to come in a little bit right there. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing in the top because you can see the top. It's under the door, like so. And now a vertical line from here to here. I'll do the first part of my frame. And now from this corner and from this corner, I need to use vanishing point B and line that up. And then instead of drawing to B, I draw away from it to finish off the threshold and the top of the door frame. Again, I line it up. And what I have here is the interior of the building against the door frame. I'm just shading randomly so you can kind of get an easier picture of it, like so. Okay. Okay. So like I said, just a reminder of the technique for 6th and 7th grade. And when you get 15 minutes of drawing in for your sketch today, then all you have to do is go to your turn-in document, which is here. It can be found in the drawing assignment. You drop your theme question into this box. You should already have one picture in this box here of your first 15 minutes. So today's progress of your sketch would be the second 15 minutes, and probably a picture of your final sketch. So I need one of your progress and the other of your final sketch, your finished sketch. And your final copy box here should be left blank for now. 15 minutes of drawing time today on your sketch, and that's all I require. And then you go to GradeCam. You open day 5, sketch only, answer the questions, and you are done. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you.